Morning guys, hope everyone's well. I just thought I'd, on this cold, wet, Sunday, miserable autumn's coming morning, do a little video on the maintenance on the tanks like I said I'd do a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, so I'm going to walk through how we do the Eazypods. I hope you can follow it with a mask on, the shop's open, so and people wandering in and out, so I've got to keep it on. So like I say, I hope I'm loud enough and that this goes alright, but I just wanted to talk through a couple of things while I'm doing it. Just noticed this morning on my tank 3 it's got quite a high stocking levels, that this definitely needs a good clean this morning. We've increased the feeding over the last few months, because me, like everybody else setting up the shop, suffer from the new pond syndrome, with filtration taking a while to set up. The K1 media is renowned for being quite slow in colonising, and this results in nitrite levels being up for some time, so you have to do a lot of water changes, look after your fish really well while this is going on. But I've noticed this morning that I think it's time to slow the feeding down a little bit, because I've got a little bit of excess protein on the top of the water this morning, which I'll show you now, so just bear with me. So yeah, it's made slightly worse by the divide in the tank, which is just separating the different size fish we've got in the tank. But yeah, that's the most protein I've had on the top of the water now, so things are cooling down temperature wise, and they're not using the amount of food that we're putting in, so it's time to start reducing it a little bit. Like I say, we're only feeding sort of once every few days to start with, then once a day when the water quality was coming where we wanted it, and then I was doing it a couple of times a day, literally only for the last month or so. So yeah, that's, you know, we have to set up like every other pond does, with no different. So yeah, so let's move over to the Eazypods here. It's a little bit tight, so just bear with me. So first of all, I shut off tank 3, which is the one that I've just shown you on the video. Turn the UV and the pump off. And you'll see the water's now increased in height on here. As we turned it off, the water level balances out. We've set up a little automatic overflow system for when we're doing water changes. Just makes it easy for us to do rather than having to have the valve open all the time. So then down here is the inlet from tank 3, so I'll close that down. That's shut there, so you can see that shut off fully. Just about see, in fact. I'll also close off the pump return. Supplied by the little vary pump there. And then I'll open the air valve, just to divert all the air from the stones in the tanks that we've got going, and starts turning over the media. I'll leave this running for a good few minutes on the first one. You should leave to it for a minute, go and make a cup of tea or do something. I'll come back when that's done. Okay, so that's been turning for a couple of minutes now, and you can see the colour of the water and the sediment that's come and been knocked off the media. So I will then open the waste valve. I tend to keep it churning while it's emptying. You don't have to necessarily, but I see why not. It's emptying out now. So we've got, so it's going out of the waste pipe out there, which leads out to a sump out the back, We've then got a sump pump that pumps out to the main drain. You see that draining down. You'll see when I get to the bottom here, we actually added a little bit of vacuum shower media in the bottom. It was just to help get it colonised a little bit quicker, really, because the vacuum shower media just sets up a little bit faster than the K1. I'll just make sure, obviously I've got some stuff in the bottom there, that we flush the bottom through very well. Let's just empty it out. There you go. Just a little bit of vacuum media saying about it. Okay, so that's now fully empty. Okay, so now reshut the waste valve, open up the inlet, you can see the water piling in. This will then fill up the Eazypod again, it will start churning. Once it's filled up, I'll close off the 4-inch inlet again. It's just got up to height. There we go. So do the whole process again. Shut off the 4-inch valve. Let that churn for a minute or two. So I'll repeat this whole process 3 to 4 times on these to make sure we give the media a good rinse through and a flush through the bottom of the Eazypod really well as well. Well, then also, which I'll do now, turn the water on for the automatic top up, start getting some water back in there. On our tanks, this ends up doing about a 15% water change on ours. So yeah, just adds a little bit of fresh water to the pond, and that's it. I'll start the video up again when we're actually on the last fill up. So yeah, our automatic top up goes through a little Evolution Aqua dechlorinator as well, which we're going to mount vertically because they do work a little bit better vertically when we redo the outside bit, which is happening pretty soon. So yeah, turning the media basically obviously cleans the media, but it also knocks off all the dead and decaying bacteria to allow new stuff to colonise on the media. So again, same process. The outside's got really murky and horrible, although slightly cleaner than last time. Open up the waste valve and drain down. So this is the 4th turning of it now, and as you can see the outer chamber's getting a lot clearer. Still a little bit in it, but this will be the final one. So we'll pull that down again. Close the 4-inch inlet first. Open up the waste valve. And away it goes. So now that's stopped turning, I'll turn the air off. You see it's a lot clearer now. Turn the air off, which then sends air back to all the ponds. Wait for that to empty out and we'll do the final fill and turn everything back on. Usually just before I do this, just to give the bottom a little flush out, I'll just open up the 4-inch with the waste valve still open, so I'll show you that in a second. Only really because I've got that bit of backy shower media in the bottom, just to give that a good flush through. To do the final bit of empty. Right. Little flush through. With that 4-inch open. close that off again. Waiting for the last bit to dry out. That's that. So for the last time, shut the waste valve, open the 4-inch. God, hope I don't put on any weight because I won't get in here. Open the return. Now it's filling up. We've also got our auto top-up system running, as you can see, nice and slow through the dechlorinator. That'll take a good few hours for the pond to get back up to height. That's fine. With ponds, everything needs to be nice and gentle. That's why you don't do huge water changes, you know, even if you've got problems, it's only like a 20% water change, just so you don't upset the balance of the pond even further. It might seem like the wrong thing to do, but it is the right thing to do, to not just, like I say, upset the balance of the pond completely. You know, you can have a change in pH if you do too big a water change, and upset the filter when it's setting up. It needs time to set up. So yeah, nothing too drastic when it comes to ponds. Right, so that's up to height now. We've still got enough height to turn the pump on. You can't really see it there, but enough height to turn the pump on. So all the valves are open. I will now turn on the UV and the pump again, and that will means we're back up and running. So that is the maintenance on an Eazypod. Literally 10 minutes of your time, as it says on the tin. Very easy.